Hello, everyone.
Hello. How we all
Welcome
doing?
to the real close-up. It's been a while.
It has. It's been what, a month, maybe
I
more.
don't know. Time is something. It's been going by fast and slow at the same time. A lot of things have happened. I have updates on Instagram if you want to know what's been happening lately, but a lot of things have been happening. So here we are. I know there's been some time in between, but we're doing the the second half.
Part two
Part
of
two, the
Epic the
second half of
Musical.
Epic the Musical.
Yeah.
And we're kind of, got a Christmas thing going on because, it's
Yeah.
Christmas time, although
I'm dressed as Santa.
Odysseus is not very Christmassy, is he?
No, but yes, I really cobbled together a Odysseus
I think
cosplay.
you really need a little Christmas spirit.
Put it in my ear.
Well, I don't want to poke you. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh gosh. How's that?
Oh, it's getting
A little
stuck in
bit
my
of
hair.
Christmas spirit.
There we go.
There we go. Perfect.
Odie's never been more
Okay.
Christmassy.
There. Oh god, it looks strange. It looks it's like you have something growing out of your head. It looks like, it reminds me for some reason of like coral in the ocean, like corals growing out of your brain.
Not to mention the dead cat on my head, basically.
Have you been spending time with Poseidon in the ocean?
Yes, but
because I see some coral growing out of your head.
Yes, but it's not what you think. It's
okay. I wasn't thinking anything other than that.
Well, you'll find out in the second part of this episode exactly what I was doing with Poseidon.
Oh,
because
gosh,
it's a lot more traumatizing than what you think.
Brace yourselves. So I think we should get right into it because we have some stuff to cover.
We do.
So this is the second part.
Yes, part two of Epic the Musical.
Epic the Musical.
And I think this is where it really pops off. Not that the first half wasn't amazing, but
they got into their groove.
Stella
got her groove back,
and I think that this is where. I think that this is where.
Take that out. It's distracting. Apparently, we're told that's distracting. I don't know how Christmas could be distracting. Whatever.
All right. But yeah, I really think the next several sagas have the best songs in the entire musical.
Do you know what Stella got her groove back even is? Have you ever heard of that?
I'm from ancient Greece. How would I know
Stella got her groove back?
Is?
It's a movie. It's a movie.
I don't know what movies are.
You're on a podcast about films and stuff, and you don't know what that is.
Well, you should have brought your normal co-host instead of Odysseus.
Well, you should have done your homework.
That's fair.
Okay. So this is the Thunder Saga.
Nope.
No?
It's the Underworld Saga.
Oh, shit.
You were close. You were a couple sagas off.
I was on the wrong page. Okay.
Yeah.
But we are doing that. But yeah.
We are. I'm going to put my bow down because that's going to be a special tool we'll need for later.
Oh. Hey, I'm going to back off on that one. I don't know what that is. So the Underworld Saga. This is what we're talking about next. And it's been a while since I've seen these, but I wrote down my opinion.
Yeah. And you have some strong ones. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Isn't that the whole point?
I know. I'm joking. I don't know what you wrote down. But
we were talking about it.
Well, we were talking a little bit, but it's been a month since we've spoken about it. So
we haven't spoke for a whole month.
That's right. Now the Underworld Saga actually has probably. It's hard to say my favorite because there's so many favorites I have in this musical, but definitely some of my favorite songs.
I have a couple of songs. Well, actually, it's funny because there's only 3 songs in this saga, right?
Yeah, it's the shortest one of all.
2 of them starred, so I must have liked 2 of them.
This honestly, I think all 3 of them are top notch.
There's 2 in particular that I
they're the same ones that are my favorites too. You have the same favorites.
Do we? Okay.
Yeah.
So the first song in this saga is called
The Underworld.
No surprise. The Underworld.
Yeah.
The Underworld Saga. It's called The Underworld.
And this one, the animation we watched is by God, my writing is hard to read sometimes. The artist. The artiste.
The artiste.
The artiste. Or no, sorry, the artiste.
My
artiste. I am. If you guys saw the first part, I am horrible at these names.
I'm not great at it either. But
But yeah, so we're gonna start with this one. First of all, first thing I wrote down is sperm.
I don't have sperm on mine.
The reason being,
Am I missing out? Did
no,
we watch two different things?
and where we
What is
came
it?
from is Circe just told Odysseus, "Hey,
Oh, I remember
to
now.
escape
Sperms.
Poseidon, you have to
I
go to the
remember the
underworld."
sperm now.
Yeah, you have to go to the underworld, speak to the prophet. They're going to the underworld now, and all the souls in the underworld. This artist's interpretation, it looks like sperm.
Like sperm.
Yeah.
Do you think
Little
they
squiggly-
intended for it to look like sperm, or was it just one of those?
I think it's just one of those things. I don't know if it was intentional,
They're
but
like, this song needs sperm. We're getting into the underworld, and it gets really strange down there. There's a lot of things going on in that underworld. A lot of dark, deep, spermy things.
No. That scared the shit out of me.
Ooh, yeah, we really are in the underworld.
Now, this song in particular, it had a lot of different layers.
Yeah, so I noticed. Down. So it was the song was in black and white, like in the beginning,
for the
right?
first part, yeah.
For the first part, and then the colors, when the colors came about, they were more like blue and green and indigo. That tended to be the. And I did have something to say about this. I really like the song. And I just sound echoey all the time.
It was
I really, really like the song.
Yeah. This was my second favorite.
The animation was not my favorite.
I'll admit it wasn't my favorite either. This one surprisingly,
I felt like the song overshadowed the animation. I felt like the animation couldn't keep up because it was a very dynamic song. The animation just kind of fell flat for me on this.
Exactly, and I
just did say, why is she, I did say it? Why is she a sperm? Is she about to be reborn? Oh, here, speaking of this, something just like popped out of somewhere.
I don't know if you guys can see, but we got a big
a big black
mass.
Yes.
That just jumped on our table.
From the underworld.
Yeah, so this song, despite it being one of my personal favorites and very well regarded,
very good.
It got hardly any animatics. Like no one made any animatics of it, which is weird.
So let me ask you, is it like one of the more popular songs though?
In this saga, I would actually say it's the least popular of the three. Maybe that's why.
I liked it as one of the more.
Yeah, but it was definitely
that's interesting.
It was my second favorite of the saga and maybe of the whole musical.
I thought it was good too.
Yeah, it definitely had it was a very epic, dark, tormented, mournful vibe. You know, it's basically Odie lamenting his his trials and like talking about how like he can't sleep. All he hears is the screams of those that he's lost. It's very
I just
haunting.
felt like the animation didn't really keep up with the song.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's how I felt.
You also get the theme of a monster returning. Like, at what point does someone become a monster? That's something that keeps popping up in this musical.
And monsters.
Yeah. Also, interesting thought. So in this song, we have some of his past loved ones. We have his crewmate friend, I forget his Polites, as well as his mom coming to him and seemingly speaking to him. I learned that apparently in Jorge, you know, the creator of Epic the Musical, his the way he explained it, the souls, everything that you're hearing the souls saying are their last thoughts before they died. And so when the crewmates are saying, like, lamenting, like, oh, why would you let the Cyclops live? That led to our death. Those are their final thoughts, you know. And same thing with his mother, his friend. You know, it's tormenting because this is what they were thinking before they died. It's
Bye, Mom.
And the moment with his mom when she was singing, that rips my heart out every time. I tear up because
Hmm.
you'll just have to see it, guys. I'll probably put that in the
He's gonna do it.
I'm probably gonna clip that and put it in
He's
the
gonna. I'm gonna
podcast
make
because
sure
it's
he
so
does.
good.
I'm gonna make sure he does, guys, so he
Yeah.
won't
Also,
disappoint you.
Jorge's mom is the one that voices his mom in this song, and that hurts even more. Be-
Hmm.
Apparently, when they were recording it, she was like trying to having a hard time getting through it because it was a
Oh,
very
really?
emotional experience because it was a
Mm.
mother, like
Yeah.
mourning the loss of her son.
Mhm.
It's hard for mom to do, like get into that space. Odie needs a therapist. I need a therapist.
Okay. I guess I can do that for you if you really need one. I'm here.
uh,
I'll dig into that brain and figure out what's going on in there.
Anything
Um,
else to say about this song?
no, not really. I did like it. Like, I mean, pretty much. I just there's not a lot to say about those the animation and stuff, and
Yeah,
I did like the vocals. But
right. All
so the
right.
next one called "No Longer You,"
Yes. This animation is by Zimena Natzel.
green people. There were green people. It started
There.
out with green people.
Yeah. This is at this point Odysseus finds the prophet, and the prophet's relaying the prophecy, what's going to happen to him, and it does not go how Odysseus expected. Basically, he's saying, "Hey, I could help you get home, or I would have helped you get home, but yeah, that's not what I see anymore. You're not going to get home." And
Hmm.
specifically, he says, "I see a man that makes it home, but that's no longer you." That's the way he says it, which has some
So
interpretations. Which,
so
mm,
it sounded very wistful in the beginning.
hmm
It had a wistful sound. It was really nice.
yeah,
Um, the animation was much better in this.
it
I
was
feel
very
like
good.
the
Yeah,
the animation definitely lived up to the song
hmm
in this particular song.
yeah. This one got
Um,
a lot more animatics done of it, and there
so
were
it
some
must
really
have been
good ones.
more liked
This
more
is
than the other one. I don't know.
definitely, I'd say it's probably the second favorite of
Really,
this saga for
I'm
everyone.
so surprised. Like
Yeah, a lot of people
by
really
what's
enjoyed
so
this.
popular.
The next song is
Um,
the one that was definitely
okay,
the
yeah,
big hit.
yeah. Are we gonna talk about that one now?
Well, no, I
Oh, okay.
want to go into this one first,
Yeah.
but yeah, very operatic, very musical.
It definitely evokes a lot of feeling,
Yeah,
and through the animation,
hmm
actually. I feel
yeah,
like the animation really is what
it
drove it home.
complemented it well,
Mhm.
and you could hear. There was, of course, the prophet who was his voice was very, like you said, whimsical, very
Yeah.
elegant, and
Very
then Odysseus,
wistful.
who
It's
is
wistful.
basically receiving this horrible news. You could hear the pain and the anguish in his voice. It is,
I hear it right now.
yeah.
Uh, uh.
Ah. Also, very
Sounds
important
like a
thing.
it
Uh,
sounds like a very depressed ghost.
well, a very depressed sperm.
Oh
Um,
god. So
so, something I have to point out:
yes.
there was a choir in the background of this song,
We
and
know what that means.
but you couldn't hear. It was hard to understand what they were saying, and it kind of lit up the community. Everyone was trying to figure out what this
Oh,
choir was saying
I didn't
because it was
notice.
hard to discern. It was like you really had to listen.
Do you know what it said?
Yes, finally, someone was able to figure out all the lines. This is where it gets interesting. I'm nerding out a little bit here because
Oh gosh.
as the prophet is singing, the choir in the background is basically saying what's going to happen in the next several
Oh,
songs. So,
really?
the in this order, the choir says Siren's Song, Scylla's Throat, Mutiny, Lightning Bolt.
So they're
Um,
psychics. It was a psychic
well,
choir.
he's talking to a prophet, so it makes sense that they
Yeah,
would be outlining what's to come.
right.
They also, after that, say Poseidon, kill all the suitors for love, Odysseus.
Huh,
So it's kind of we're
nice.
giving a little sneak peek as to what's to come.
I see portrayals of betrayal and a brother's final stand. I see you on the brink of death. I see you try your final breath. I see a man who gets to make it home alive, but it's no longer
even though Odysseus doesn't know it himself. But if you listen to that, I don't know. When I found that out, I internally screamed a little bit because that was really cool.
I did not know.
So if you guys
Any
are
of
listening
that.
to that part, really listen to the choir and try to
Okay.
hear what they're saying. It's very
All right.
cool.
Now I've listened for it.
Yeah.
Now that I know that.
But yeah, otherwise very epic ending. You know, very powerful. It just really drives it home with the ending vocals and just
Yeah. I mean, I
Oof.
didn't star it. It wasn't my favorite in this saga,
right.
but I did like the animation a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Next one. This is
Monster. Now this
Monster.
one is highlighted as one of my favorites.
It is not only my favorite in this saga, but definitely in the entire musical.
It's really good.
It is.
This one's
up
one of the
there.
better ones.
Yeah.
This
This animatic is by Gigi, which if you watch the first part, you'll know that we are a big fan of Gigi. Yes,
deserves a round of applause.
Yes, absolutely.
Yay, Gigi. The thing that was so great about this one, the song was really amazing, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I
The song was really amazing, but the animation also was really good.
oh, yeah.
And to have both of them, like, to have it
Oh,
both
yeah.
like show up and
Mhm.
do its thing is like, I don't know. It seems to be kind of rare.
It-
I feel
it-
like it's like one or the other a lot of times, it's either the song is really amazing and the animation, but I felt like this one kind of, it delivered
Mhm.
on both.
and that-
so
that-
that was
And that happens a lot with Gigi in particular, especially
yeah,
later
more
on.
so. So this one I noticed was just very dark. It was very lonely and sad, and there's like a
Yeah.
lot of dark blue tones, and that made sense with the tone of it and everything being like in blues.
Yeah.
There was a lot of dynamic shifts in the animation, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought were really good.
And the song itself. Like,
Yeah, but the animation was like it definitely caught the vibe of the song. It did. It delivered that vibe. It really was a very pretty song.
it was.
It's a beautiful song.
Pretty, but also just tragic and heart-wrenching.
Yeah, but that's kind of what made it
It is
beautiful in a
because
way, you know?
essentially what this song covers is you see Odysseus. He was just told he's not going to make it home, and so now he's like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to do whatever it takes to get back home now, even if that means I'm going to become a monster. Hence the name of the song. It follows him just saying, basically, screw it. I will.
Screw you.
I
I'm
will
outta here.
become a monster to everyone but us. If I need to, I will cheat and kill, and I'll.
Bad Odysseus.
In the song, he even says,
Bad.
I'll drop another infant from the
I
wall."
lost my best friend, I lost my mentor, my mom, 500 men gone. This can't go on, I must get to see Penelope and Telemachus. So if we must sail through dangerous oceans and beaches, I'll go where Poseidon won't reach us. And if I gotta drop another infant from a wall in an instant so we all don't die, then I'll become the monster. I will deal the blow, and I'll become the monster like none they've ever known.
The sperm? Oh, that's where the sperm comes in. It's all coming together now. The babies, the
Oh
sperm.
my
the,
god! Because
the-
you remember,
you know.
remember when in the very beginning of the musical he dropped an infant from the wall because the gods told him to do so. He
okay.
was like, "Yeah, I'll do that again if it means I get home." That kind of
It
signifies.
It happens.
But yeah, very reflective, very mournful tone. Lyrics are an absolute banger. Some of the best lyrics in the musical, I think. Just
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of my favorite songs, for sure. And I have just a couple of songs like in this whole thing. Well, about 3 or 4 songs that are highlighted, and
Right.
that was one of them.
yeah, it is.
Yes.
I just lost it.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. In the song, he also humanizes all the enemies he's come across so far, which is kind of interesting. Basically saying, up until this point, he's like treated them like an enemy, like, hey, it's you against me. But now he's like, I'm a monster too. They're just doing what they had to do to survive, and that's what I'm about to do. It's a turning point for him. One more thing I want to point out here as well is he's having kind of a vision of being with Penelope and laying in her lap. And in that vision, she takes the headband that he took from Polites, his dead friend. She takes it away from him, and now it's gone for the rest of the musical. I think that kind of is
Mm,
supposed to signify the taking of his merciful persona, because Polites
huh.
represented mercy. It's
Okay.
taken from him, and now he's become this monster.
Hmm, okay. There's a lot to that
It
song,
there is a
obviously.
lot.
I feel like that
There's
song
a lot
was
coming up in a lot of these songs because
right.
now we're halfway through, so we can get into the meat of like what is this symbolizing? What is this trying to say here? There's a lot more
Yeah.
going on in each song.
Yeah, it's climaxing.
Yeah, and
Hence the sperm.
yeah, hence the sperm. Um,
I
there
don't
any-
appreciate that. I don't deserve that.
Anything else about this song?
No, I think it's pretty much covered it. I don't want to beat it to death.
Yeah, beat it like the. Never mind.
Oh gosh, just stop.
There's a lot of dick jokes we can make right now.
Oh my god, I did not say that. Just so everybody knows, I did not say that.
And that is the end of Act 1
Yes,
of Epic the Musical.
yes. Then we're going into Thunder Saga.
Oh, yes, this is
It reminds me of like a wrestling thing. It's Thunder Saga.
Thundermania.
Thundermania.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Is that what they say?
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah,
Sounds like
I think it is.
It reminds me of like, oh really?
Yeah.
It reminds me also of like I don't know, those commercials where they were selling things.
Selling
Come
cars.
on, Sunday, Sunday. All cars are 20%. Stupid.
Oh.
Whoa. Thunder Saga.
So Thunder Saga. Oh my god.
So here's Thunder Saga. The first song is called Suffering.
Which, despite the name of the song, it was very light and very
It tricked
harmonious vibe.
Tricked us.
Yeah.
It was all in like blues and purples.
A lot of
and
pinks as well.
There's some pinks.
Animatic by Gigi again.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So yeah, we start off with a
So
very
the siren is pretending to be his wife.
Yes, that
and
is something that a
luring
lot
him
of
into the water.
pretty much everyone that started out listening or watching this was trying to figure out what the hell was going on, because we saw Odysseus singing to his wife Penelope, who was out on a little ways in the ocean, and he was on the ship. Took a minute before everyone realized, oh, that's a siren. Who is taking the form of his wife. And
I do have to say something too. I've noticed that in the animation, they are starting to really more and more using the colors to convey the mood.
Yeah, exactly.
I've noticed that. It's like, okay, now we see the blues and purples again. Yes.
Yeah. And the whole vibe is very dreamy, very like you're saying, bright
Yeah.
and colorful.
Right.
It's almost like we're in like I said, a dream. It doesn't feel, it feels detached from reality, and that's intentionally so because
Right.
he's kind of playing along with the siren, playing her game until he can strike.
This is your only way home, the lair of Scylla.
But Scylla has a cost.
Well, you asked and now you know. Now jump in the water.
Penelope, why? You know I'm too shy and terrified.
I would take the suffering from you.
Ooh, for you I would die, but can't you let me stay
I
dry?
can take the suffering from you.
You should come onto the ship. We'll jump at the same time.
I will take the suffering from you.
Oh, like that. The microphone
I almost
just
smacked myself with the mic.
microphone struck him.
Oh wow.
Wow. Took that literally. Jeez. Calm down. God. You don't have to be like that.
I know.
Oh.
Background. There's background vocals the whole time, and I thought that
Did
was.
you hear what they said this time?
No, well, it was a
La,
lot more
la, la.
straightforward,
Mm,
like just
Right. There was no
complimenting
hidden
the singing.
messages.
But I think that was supposed to be the other sirens singing the
Oh,
background
okay.
vocals. That's what my
Okay.
guess was.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Not unless you have something to say. Not
No.
much more to say. It was very
No, I
straightforward.
think-
Just like
yeah. Yeah, we don't have to beat a dead horse.
he does use.
He
Actually,
doesn't beat a dead horse.
No, he
either.
does not.
Not yet.
Although he
Not-
did use
not yet.
a horse to beat
Beat.
people in Troy. So
Sorry, guys, you didn't beat a dead horse. Okay, well, we'll go on. We're moving
Yeah.
on from the dead horse.
Right.
So the second song in this saga is called "Different Beast."
Yes, that was
Now,
this
I
one.
I definitely have to tell you, and this is one of the best songs.
Wow,
I thought this
nice.
was one of the best
Uh,
songs.
Animation
Different
by
Beast.
Ximena Natzel.
Oh, so it's a different person. It's not Gigi this
This
time.
was the same person that did the Prophet song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this
Um,
one was. I really like this song.
Yeah, the song was really,
And
really
it
good.
has a presence to it.
Oh.
It really does. The animation is definitely telling the story.
Mhm.
It all came together. I feel like it really came together.
Yeah, and the Jorge's vocals in this song are just
This-
so
and I-
powerful. Like he's belting.
The song
he's,
is very aggressive.
It is.
And so is the animation.
Yes, because essentially
it
what
is.
happened is he played along with the Sirens game until she gave him the information he needed, that being how to get home. And after
Purples.
that,
There was purples. A lot
Yeah.
of purples in this. My
And
favorite color.
in this song, he is like, "Okay, I'm done with you." Shoots the siren in the shoulder, brings her aboard, and is basically threatening to slaughter all the sirens
Yeah.
that they've captured. And it's a
Right.
very dark and grisly song.
It's good though.
My real wife knows I'm not scared of the water. And my real wife knows I don't have a daughter. But while you were so focused on turning my men into snacks, you didn't notice that your friends got snatched.
What?
We are a different beast now. We are the ones who feast now. No more of us deceased, cause we won't take more suffering from you. We are the man-made monsters. We are the ones who conquer.
So good because
It
both
is
the
good.
vocals, also the animatic, they are not afraid to show exactly what they do to the sirens, which is, well, I mean, they kill them all, but in a very horrific way. They cut off their tails and throw them overboard to drown. It's dark. It is.
Sounds like
He
sounds like what they do to the whales in Japan.
Yeah,
It's
right. It really
so
this song
bad.
encapsulates his taking on this monster persona very very well.
Yeah.
Even with the way Jorge sings, you could tell he just has this gravelly, very aggressive.
Right.
Um,
No, they definitely get the tone across of
Yeah.
what they're trying to do in this one. I think it was definitely like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Like if this were to turn into go further than whatever, let's say it went to Broadway or stage, this is what I would expect to
Oh,
see
yeah.
and hear. I mean, obviously not the animation, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And I got to say, one, I love the design of the sirens because they made them look like humanoid anglerfish. Which, if you don't know, anglerfish are the ones with the little lights that hang
Oh
in
yeah,
front of
that's
them.
right. That's right.
Yeah, I thought that
Ew,
design
yeah.
was really cool.
Yeah.
Also, I think we mentioned this. This song is seems very Hamilton inspired. The beat,
Yeah,
the
it does.
kind of
It kinda does.
pacing.
I think I remember talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what else did I write down here?
I don't know.
Oh,
I can't read your writing. I don't know.
Interestingly enough, the siren is incorrect about a lot of the things about Odysseus. Talking about like, oh, come swim with me and our daughter, or like
That sounds like a naughty
I know.
porno.
Well, first of
A
all,
very naughty porno. I don't know.
no, it's interesting because Odysseus has a son. The siren thought it was a daughter. Odysseus says he can't swim when he can. And the reason being, some people think is
Sounds
that
like what's going on in politics right now.
I know.
Jeez.
Jorge confirmed that siren, the way the powers work in the musical is when the people hear them sing, they can basically read their thoughts. But the Odysseus and the sailors plug their ears so they couldn't get accurate information since they couldn't hear the sirens sing.
Wow.
I thought that was a very interesting little touch by Jorge as
Yeah.
to why the information was incorrect. I'm getting very into details here, but
yeah,
I
you
just
kind of are.
but it's interesting
you kind of are.
when you hear about the creator and what his thought process is on why certain things happen the way they do.
Right.
It's actually very cool
You like
and
to
it
talk.
adds to
You
it.
like to talk a lot. Yeah, I get it. Okay. All right. So the next song is called Scylla.
Scylla, which is something
Scylla.
that the prophet and the the choir told us about.
The Scylla.
Scylla. Another animatic by Gigi. This one,
Yes,
another
okay.
one that goes
The song
hard.
I gave an A+.
Oh yeah. Yes. A+. It was amazing.
A+ song. Yes, the lots of reds and blues, and there's some pinks in there, and it was just such a pretty, it's just a pretty song,
It
right?
was, despite the
The vocals were
subject
amazing. The
matter.
vocals were A+ on this one.
Yeah, they really were.
Actually, it's one of the best. One of the best.
Whoever
Animation and song together. I feel like the animation, the song together, like
mhm,
each one were like amazing. You know?
exactly, because
Yeah.
the
It
song
was.
itself and the animatic was very dark and ominous in tone.
Hmm.
You got the reprise of "Full Speed Ahead," the song earlier. Uh, biggest One of the biggest things I have to say is the Scylla's design in this animatic was it was so cool
Oh yeah, you
because
like that. You like that.
it was first of all you saw this female figure that almost looked like a cross between like The Ring and The Grudge, something haunting and deathly, and then it turns
Yeah,
into this
it did.
monstrous eel-like horrific creature
Yeah,
with several
yeah,
heads. It
it
was
did.
visceral and disturbing.
It
And
was
I
really
can,
good.
yeah. And the way that they showed the sailors getting munched on and killed was very
Munched
graphic.
on.
Deep down, we're lonely demons from hell.
Captain, something approaches.
Hello.
Run for your life!
In your sorrow and fears, choke on your blood and your tears.
It's a nice way to say it.
Well,
Munched on. Look,
yeah.
you got the little munchies. You want a little
The
sailor?
Scylla did. It was
You want a
literally
sailor?
like snatching them up and chomping them. You saw the blood. You saw someone's hand falling on the deck. It
Hmm.
was
Yummy.
Yeah, it was a lot. But Scylla's vocals,
Yeah, it was really good.
phenomenal.
Really good.
Very haunting and scary
Yeah.
too. But yeah, and it really shows Odysseus's cold nature, how he's just kind of letting the Scylla just kill his men to get through, because he's sacrificing them.
Hmm.
You know, he gave them torches that would draw the Scylla towards those men. And yeah, it's
Like
fucked
that.
up.
That's what she's doing here.
She's not the
She's a-
Scylla, she's the Charybdis.
Okay.
We'll get into that later.
All right. If you say so. Yeah. She's very friendly.
She is.
So, all right. So let's go to the next one called Mutiny.
Mutiny. Animatic by Riley G.
So I will say, the one thing that I thought was done kind of creatively in this one. So it's in black and white, right?
Right.
In the beginning, and everything, like everything in that was blood was in red. And so it made it stand out. Like in the
Right.
beginning, the black and white with the blood, just the blood was the only thing that had the color. And it was, yeah, I thought that was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the cow was killed, the blood was bright yellow.
And there's a reason for that.
It represented,
In Greek mythology, divine beings, gods, whatnot, even like these were divine cattle of Helios.
divine cows.
Yeah, anything godly or divine is supposed to have a golden ichor instead of blood.
Ick. Golden ick.
Golden ick. Yep. So that's why we see a golden blood in the cattle.
Golden blood. It was gold.
It was. Yeah. Also, the details of the characters in this animatic were really well done. It was like you could see their facial expressions. The details were very fine. It was the facial expressions. They what am I trying to say? They were very expressive. You know, they
Very
did a good job.
animated.
Yeah.
So animated.
We get a lot of reprisal. Blah, blah. Of Luck Runs Out, Just a Man, Full Speed Ahead. We get like all these different songs coming back in to this one. And interesting thing about this song too, it's almost split up into two parts in a way, because you get the first part, which is the men mutinying. Why can't I? Am I
Mutining?
saying
Mutining?
doing a mutiny? Whatever.
Mutining? Is
And
it like
then
a verb? You're turning it into a verb. They're mutining.
yeah,
They're mutining.
they're performing a mutiny, and then the second part is Odysseus begging them not to kill the cattle on Helios's island, which they do.
Well, you know what? You shouldn't kill cows.
They shouldn't, especially divine ones.
Much longer must we suffer now? How much longer must we push through doubt? How much longer must we go about our lives like this when people die like this? It really gets no! You've doomed us. You've doomed us all, Eurylochus! Captain?
Let's see. Anything else?
I think the cow killing's enough.
Yeah.
Odysseus, I
Mhm.
think we can move on
I
from
think so.
killing cows.
Oh, and then at the end, we get these powerful war drums that are foreshadowing the next song,
Which is called
is
Thunderbringer. It's another wrestling thing.
Thunderbringer.
Yeah.
Woo! Come watch the great and mighty Zeus battle it out with Odysseus.
No, I hit my mic.
Well, that makes both of us.
Okay.
So this animatic is made by Duvet Box.
Duvet box. Oh, my name is Duvet. I'm Duvet. Duvet box. Duvet. So Zeus shows up.
Oh yeah, fuck.
So
That's
the
not
tones
good.
in this were like orange and pinks and blues. It was very colorful.
Very moody. Yeah.
Yeah.
First thing I wrote down is
I
why is Zeus hot?
I didn't like Zeus in this. I didn't like the way they represented Zeus in the
Mhm.
animation.
He
I
almost-
wasn't fond of it.
He almost looked more Fae-like. He had these long pointed ears, a
I
little
don't know.
slimmer but muscular. I know what you mean. There were
Yeah.
other animatics that did more godly interpretations.
I don't know. I just felt like he didn't have the presence he should have had. The visuals and the music fell flat for me. I just felt like it wasn't dynamic enough.
Oh, you were
Especially when
saying-
presenting Zeus, I just felt like it was
I remember you saying
didn't-
that.
yeah.
You thought that the song should have been a little more powerful
right.
for Zeus.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the way I saw it, Zeus he has the power to, like, as we see later on in one of the future songs, he has the power to go all out. But in this one, he's almost like he's treating it more as entertainment, like a performance. So he's just
do you
like
think that was intentional? Like that they did that intentionally, or do you think it just failed?
I think
the
I think they did it
animation, all that.
intentionally.
Do
At least
you-
for the song, I think they did it
Okay.
intentionally, trying to make it more like Zeus doesn't take it seriously. He's treating this as a game, so he's not like all boisterous and powerful. He's just like, oh, you ants.
Bringer here to bring your ears until you're deaf with fear and spear you while your death is near. Lightning wielder here to yield your time, for you have passed your prime. Sublime you for your act of crime. Choose. Someone's gotta die today, and you have got the final say.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
a different
know.
vibe than
just-
what
just
he's depicted as
didn't-
later.
It didn't vibe with me at all. This
I
one.
get you.
Yeah.
In
The
this song,
the female
he's
Penelope. She turns up
yeah.
all in
Yes.
white.
I think it was more of a yellow.
Wasn't
It,
thought
it was
white.
yellow because it matched the thunder.
Oh, it looked white,
It was yellowish white, but
goldy.
essentially in this song, because they killed the cattle, Zeus gives Odie an ultimatum: either your crew dies or you die. And Zeus uses the lightning, because he has this power apparently, to conjure up this image of Penelope to kind of seduce him into choosing himself.
Mm-hmm.
And it works because Odysseus says, "Yeah, sorry guys, I'm gonna go home to my wife. It's been fun." He obviously does
Too
it
much
in a
partying.
yeah, he does it in a much more emotional way, but I'm just summarizing.
Okay.
And yeah, crew dies. Everyone dies except for him. He's thrust into the ocean, half dead. Also, there was, as he makes this decision, there's this haunting, almost funeral-like organ that's playing, and I think
Oh.
that was like showing what's about to come. Like, hey, there's about to be a funeral for all these men.
My balls not cooperating.
Did you just say?
My balls not cooperating. It's pretty sad. That's appropriate.
It is sad. Oh my god.
Okay.
Moving
on.
Next saga,
The
which
saga.
is the Wisdom Saga.
Wisdom Saga. 7 years later.
Yes, have gone forward in time.
Itchy.
This song is called Legendary.
Legendary.
Animated by Duvet Box again.
Duvet Box.
Now we shift a little bit here. We're not following
Mm.
Odysseus anymore.
No.
We're following his son,
His
Telemachus.
son Telemachus.
Yes.
And the tone completely changes, and
yeah.
it's definitely more cheerful, hopeful. You know, it has a kind of a naive tone to it.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. We have,
except when he starts to face criticism during this.
Mhm.
His mother's a tramp. And
people are calling his mom a tramp. Yeah, we're not saying his mom is a tramp.
I didn't say it. I'm saying it's the criticism.
Yeah.
And the colors get darker, and he starts. It changes a little bit. Brings him down a notch. He seems a little too head in the clouds.
Yeah,
kind of like this ball.
I mean, he even mentioned the song is basically about him wondering where his dad is and wishing he can go out on these grand adventures, fight these monsters to find his dad. It seems very like a kid in his room playing imaginary.
Like he would be like I think of like in the tarot cards, he'd be like a knight, the knight who's like ready to go forward and
or the fool. If you think of that.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
But he's wanting adventure.
He wants adventure.
Yeah.
He wants to be like his dad.
Of all these monsters that I'll never get to fight. But boy, I wish I could, so I could bring the world some light. Cause I'm stuck with your stories, but no clue who you are. And no idea if you're dead or just too far. Somebody tell me, come and give me a sign. If I fight those monsters, is it you I'll find? If so, then give me sirens and a cyclops. Give me giants and a hydra. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna be legendary.
Who he doesn't know.
Right.
Also, I like the depiction of Telemachus in this animatic because he has this
liked him?
little ear piercing. He kind of has this. He's naive, but he also kind of has an edgy teen, like,
Yeah, like I'm just cool, and he's rebellious.
I also wrote down this whole time I've been thinking maybe I have things about me that make me like Odysseus, and then I heard and saw this animatic, and I was like, oh no, I'm much more of a Telemachus than an Odysseus in real life.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm much more of a Telemachus.
He thinks he's so Odysseus. He wants to. You're just like him because he wants to be like his dad. And you're like, I want to be like.
I want to be like Odysseus,
Odie.
but I'm a Telemachus.
But he's a Telemachus. He really is.
It's like people that are
really,
like,
really
which
is.
Sex in the City character are you? I'm so this character. No, you're not. You're that character.
Or like Harry Potter sorting house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm a Gryffindor. No, you're a Hufflepuff.
Or the Spice
you're
Girl.
a Hufflepuff.
Or the Spice Girls. I am.
Spice Girl. You don't even know. Name one Spice Girl.
Sporty Spice.
That's the one you know.
Ginger Spice. Wasn't there a Ginger Spice?
You're so funny.
Golden Girls. There we go.
Who are you in the Golden Girls? You don't even know the Golden Girls.
I know Betty White is the kind of dumb one.
We should totally review the Golden Girls. I make you watch it. He made me watch this entire musical. I should make him watch a Golden Girls.
Oh my god.
He's never seen the Golden Girls.
Right?
He's like, just a season, please.
Well, I mean, watching Epic the Musical wasn't.
You would feel like it was dated. I'm sure the
I'm
Golden
sure.
Girls, but it's okay. It's
watching Epic the
on.
Musical wasn't much longer than watching a movie. It's like a 2 to 3 hour movie.
So instead of Odysseus, you get Dorothy. in
Yeah,
the Golden
same.
Girls.
Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked.
I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, okay.
This is where we
Legendary.
meet the suitors that are after Penelope and Antinous.
It's like being on Hinge.
Yeah, I know, right? God. No, we meet Antinous, this intimidating, haunting, kind of sexy suitor who is very threatening. Sorry.
Sexy.
I'm sorry. They depicted him a little too sexy. I'm just gonna
It's
say
a
that right
cartoon
now.
character, Sean. or Odie. Sorry, whatever. Odie. I don't know. Odie's sexuality.
I even wrote down,
is
fuck,
very...
Antinous' voice is sexy. Like the singer himself had such a sexy voice. It was low and smooth, but intimidating. I was just like, Jesus.
Oh yeah, like Barry White.
It was
Oh yeah.
it was like, woo, damn. Which leads us into the next song, Little Wolf. Yes. Little Wolf is supposed to be Telemachus. He is the Little Wolf.
Aw.
Which is a lot like me.
It
Like we're just
is.
saying.
Turning an innocent boy into a killer? So I have down.
Yeah. Tone shift here. Now we're now seeing a more serious
Yes. It turns
tone here.
darker. As he's being trained, so he's, being trained in this.
Well, more like being slaughtered.
Whatever.
At least in the beginning.
It hardens him more.
Yeah.
But I felt the animation was lackluster. I felt it was stagnant.
Which is funny because it's the same animator as the previous song.
I'm sorry, it should have been. Well, I didn't say much about the animation.
I did like certain things about this animation, though. The
No, no.
The directing for the
You're wrong.
Action.
You're wrong.
Okay.
You're just wrong.
Okay.
You're own up to it. You're wrong.
No, I will never. I did like
no,
because this is what this song is. It's a fight scene between Antinous and Telemachus. Telemachus is getting his ass handed to him.
Don't you expect it to be more dynamic
well,
as a fight scene?
It's interesting because it may have been like more choppy with like showing. It wasn't as fluid, but the way they were showing the action, it was showing Telemachus and Antinous doing these really cool moves that you would see in like John Wick. Like using a scarf to wrap around the arm and a toss. I was just like, holy shit, that's really cool. Like the action was very well done.
Whatever.
But yeah, Telemachus is getting his ass handed to him.
All the lessons your daddy never could. This cruel world doesn't give out presents just for being good. So fight, little wolf, fight. Wanna entertain me? Fight, little wolf, bite. Let's see how you take this. Strike, little wolf, strike. Wanna be a man, then fight, little wolf, fight, little wolf, fight. What? Die, little wolf, die. Don't you know it's vital? Fly, little wolf, fly. Or because you had to try, little wolf, try. Run away before you die, little wolf, die.
Until Athena shows up.
Yeah,
and
until Athena comes in.
And is like, hey, here's how you fight. And basically, in real time, just kind of helps him give the smackdown back on Antinous. And it's interesting because this whole time we're hearing chanting from the suitors, like kind of egging Telemachus and Antinous on. And then when Athena comes in, the chanting, the chorus is done by Athena. So kind of showing the shift in power. Although Telemachus does, in the end, get his ass handed to him. But
it is a theme here. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little too...
It shows the difference between Telemachus, who, has some skill in a fight, but Antinous is experienced. So it shows the difference between skill and experience. Mm-hmm. You could definitely tell Antinous has been through some shit. But yeah, anything else for that one?
No.
Okay.
It just lead into the next one called We'll Be Fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
This one's done by Gigi, the animatic.
Gigi.
Tone shift. Yes. Give it up for Gigi again. The tone shift is...
Well, so I have to say the vocals in this were really impressive. I thought they were really impressive. Athena is represented with blue.
Yes.
You notice
blue and a piano. Those are her
and a piano. Blues, singing the blues. No, but yeah, the vocals are really great. And whenever Temecula.
Wait, isn't Temecula like a place?
Yes, it's a city. My God.
Oh my God.
When he's just... Now all I can think of is Temecula. Oh gosh, stop.
That was amazing.
When he shows up, the tone peps up. It's like he's very innocent and it's hopeful and
we get a lighthearted melody here. I would say.
Yeah,
because
that's him.
In this song, he's basically asking Athena, "Hey, why'd you help me?" And she's telling him, "Hey, so I had this friend. We had a falling out. And now I can't sleep because of that." And Telemachus is like, look, we'll be fine. Yeah, I know you'll find light.
Temecula.
He's Telemachus.
I'm gonna make you say
You-
I'm gonna
you
make
are.
you say Temecula.
You
I'm
probably
gonna
are.
just drive it in,
God,
and you're
I'm
gonna
gonna-
say it at the.
I'm
towards
gonna-
the
I'm
end,
gonna-
like Temecula. Temecula. Now say it again. Temecula. Temecula. Temecula.
I almost said it actually.
I know. It's the
Telemachus.
power of suggestion.
Telemachus is a little hopeful ball of light, and
It's a little bump,
that's
bump,
really come
bump.
across in the animatic in the song.
I think maybe if life wasn't spent as planned, maybe it's time that you lend a hand. I don't think he'll mind if not his friend, then mine. Maybe to fall is to learn one way. Maybe it's all gonna turn out great. I know we'll be fine. I know it's light you'll find.
The music,
That's all I want is be a
the
hopeful
voices-
ball of light.
God,
God, it's.
you need to stop.
I'm
Uh,
not doing-
Well, because Athena is a little more mournful and regretful here. Telemachus is just light and cheerful and
yes,
bright.
he is. He
And-
is
and
little
at the-
Temecula.
And at the end of the song, you get a duet between the two, which you know how much I love the male-female duets in
He
this
really does.
musical. I love it.
I think I like it too if it's done well. Yeah.
And it's always done well in this musical. It's so adorable and cute, and their little singing together is just so fucking cute. It's one of the cutest songs in this whole thing.
We're not near being done, so
We're getting
let's move it
close.
on.
Yeah.
Let's move it. Let's move more. You're really chatty.
I know.
Like little Temecula. It's so chatty and hopeful and okay, so next one's called Love in Paradise.
Yes, by Duvet Box.
Duvet Box. Duvet.
So-
Duvet. I just love that name.
The start is cool because we see Athena kind of using her time dilation to go back to the previous songs in the musical, kind of showing from when they broke up, him and Odysseus, up until that point. Like, where has Odysseus been?
The tone is definitely lighter. It's very light because Odysseus has been resting, and it's just very
Yeah.
kind of just chill and light.
Resting for 7 years because he's
Yeah,
been
it's a
stuck
long
on
sleep.
he's been stuck on Calypso's island. He's trapped
Yes.
here, and he's not
yeah,
allowed to
and
leave.
what is Calypso doing? Trying to seduce Odysseus.
Oh, it is. It's kind of
And I even put down here is she liking him?
There's
It kind of seemed like in some of the scenes
in the lightest.
he seemed helpless, and she.
We're not going to be able to. We're going to have to bleep that out
Oh,
for
the
YouTube.
R word. Oh, yeah. Well, she's forcing herself on him.
We don't know
Seems
for
like she
sure,
is. She's
but
forcing herself on him.
at the very best, she is coming on very heavily. At the very worst, she is forcing herself. We don't know.
I thought the interpretation of that with the animation is very telling.
Oh.
The animation shows like all these hands holding him down.
Yes, that's at the very
It was
end
really weird.
because
Yeah,
this
but
whole
I thought that
time,
was really.
oh, it was wild because we start out with Calypso kind of like doing this like island bop, like, oh, look at
Yeah.
this place, it's amazing, this is wonderful, this is paradise, and then ending on Odysseus, heavily implying suicide. Oh, I can't say that. Unaliving himself.
So
he's on the edge of a cliff about to jump, and
right.
and all these
Yeah,
he's
that's pretty.
he's
serious and
haunted
dark.
by all these people that have died, like singing to him and holding him and trying to push him over the ledge. And
I know your life's been hard. I'll stay inside of your heart.
All I hear are
I love you, my dear. I love our time here. Life would be so much
Just
worse
let
if
me
you
close
had
my
died. Please
eyes.
stay away from harm. Stay in my open arms.
So I have a couple of a criticism.
Mhm.
Or not a criticism, a suggestion. I think that she should have been shown a little differently. I think if she was shown in deeper, richer colors, because she represented tainted love.
Right.
Really,
This tainted love.
Yeah. Anyway, tainted love. Right here, we're gonna show you that song. If you don't know what that song is, you should know that song. I just feel like the animation could have told a more powerful story. I felt like it should have had a little more depth to it. Like with her showing her, it should have been just a shift in tone.
Right.
Because
I know what you
you
mean.
know what I mean. I thought that it wasn't like enough. It wasn't gritty. It wasn't gritty enough.
Yeah, because she is straight up obsessive over Odysseus.
Right, and I felt like it kind of lost its way in the animation a little bit.
Right.
That's how I felt.
Yeah. I
Okay, next song.
Yes. God Games. This is the last song in this saga.
I have this starred. I really like this one.
It was really good. It was probably the most grand musical song in the entire.
It was really good.
Entire thing. Oh my god.
So this one, Zeus was a lot more accurate to me. He was in gold. The interpretation was.
It's kind of like I was saying before. In the previous song, he was treating it as a game. To where here he got more serious.
Yeah, I did definitely. Like
animation by Noir. Hyacinth.
I feel like it was like a more modern take on things.
Yeah.
This
was
animation and this everything.
And both the animatic and the song, they had a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good one.
Yeah.
I thought the animation was excellent.
Oh, it was amazing. Specifically in this
each god was represented by a different color.
Yes. A little background.
That was very creative.
In this song, Athena's trying to petition Zeus to let Odysseus go. And Zeus is like, let's make it a game. And she has to convince each of the gods to let Odysseus go. Right. And so it's her going up against, musically, against each god and trying to convince them.
Yeah.
So, because let's see. She has to basically go against Apollo, who's represented by very light colors, a harp, Hephaestus, who's represented by like heavy industrial, like hammer. Aphrodite, who's very flirty, seductive, very light vocals. Ares is very intense, war anthem, war drums.
As an Ares would be.
Yeah. And Hera, which she was the most wild because she was like almost disco, very funky disco, which I was like,
that.
oh, that is interesting for Hera. Very interesting choice.
It was a different take on it, yeah.
But yeah, like you said, the way they depicted the gods was so interesting and fun. The colors, the music.
I felt like the animation brought it to life.
Yeah. Like each one was very unique.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could feel that was that god. Even Zeus had a very grand, very demanding presence. Especially at the end when he gets furious because he lost, and he basically unalives Athena, which, or at least that's what it looks like. And there has been nothing in future songs to the contrary that she is alive. So people still wonder if Athena got unalived by Zeus. Yeah. It's one of the biggest questions that everyone has right now in the musical.
So how popular was this song?
Very.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Very popular.
I saw it, this
was the big one.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
Oh, also, this one part made me cry. I actually am getting a little choked up even thinking about this. There's a moment where she's like going up against Zeus, and we see a flashback of Athena holding baby Telemachus.
Oh, little Temecula.
Odysseus and Athena were friends, and so Odysseus gave little baby Telemachus to her, and ow.
The judgment call, the one who makes the kingdom fall. Is she dead?
That's why she wants to be friends with Telemachus. It's Jesus.
Okay.
It hurts.
Let's move on.
Yes.
We're going to the next saga.
The final saga.
The Vengeance saga.
The Vengeance.
It is. Yes. We're at the end, guys. We're at the end.
Now, technically, there is a there is a saga after this one called the Ithaca Saga, but it hasn't been released yet.
Okay.
So this is the final saga that we have. So we start.
So the first song is very interesting. It's called "Not Sorry for Loving You." Now this to me, I said this sounds like a country song. Not sorry for loving you.
I got my Ford F-150. I got my beer.
Sorry for loving you. So it sounds like it'd be a country song.
I got my titties.
I will say though, this song, the whole point of the song was really for to feel empathy towards Calypso.
Which is, I had mixed feelings about that because she herself is a very, very, very toxic, troublesome person. But you can understand why she is that way through this song. So it's like, it's hard to be okay with what she's done, but you can understand where she's coming from.
So it does make you feel empathy for her. Like even bad characters and something, there a lot of them have a backstory, and it makes her more real.
Yeah.
Seeing her backstory.
Because we understand, basically, she's been trapped on this island all her life, and she's never known anyone except for Odysseus.
Yeah.
So when she saw him, she's like, I love you because you're the only person I have ever known.
Right.
And
he was her world.
Yeah.
For sure that you are my dream come true. I thought I knew. So if I pushed you, or if I came on too strong, or if I ambushed you, for that I'll say I was wrong. And if you hate me, then I am sorry, my love's too much for you. But I'm not sorry for loving you. I'm not sorry for loving you. I'm not sorry for loving you. I'm not sorry for loving you.
And so we understand now why she was obsessive.
Right.
Doesn't make it okay.
Well, no,
but
it doesn't make it okay. Not at all.
Also,
but
the vocals were amazing.
Yeah.
Calypso's voice, man.
I have to say the animation, it was a little literal and simplistic. I wasn't that impressed. She looked bald half the time. I don't know. The song was definitely had an impact, but the animation did not.
It was
did
very.
not.
The song is very poppy, almost soulful and sorrowful. Sad love song, definitely. Then we move on to Odysseus gets off the island. We move on to Dangerous.
Dangerous.
This was a beat, man.
It
was a real beat.
I just did not like the animation.
Yeah, I get that.
It drastically changed. There wasn't much animation to it, actually. I felt like it just.
Oh, this was Zemena Natsu. I didn't say the animator for the last song, which was Brit Pow Pixel.
Okay.
Dangerous is Zemena Natsu.
Okay, Zemena Natsu. These names, Zemena Natsu. I just wasn't. It's very poppy.
The song was very poppy. Hermes songs are always very poppy and fun.
I don't know. It wasn't my favorite.
I even wrote down Hermes is a fantastic pop boy. What a jam! He's a little boy band.
Little boy band guy.
But yeah, we get something that hit really hard in this song. At the very beginning, we have Odysseus singing basically the intro to Full Speed Ahead, but the parts where his crew were singing, it's now just silent. And that was haunting because it's like, oh, that's really showing he is alone now.
He's alone, poor little guy.
Let's see.
The next song.
Yeah, there's not much more to say about this one. It's just Hermes is just saying, this is what you got to do to get home. Be ruthless. Don't hold back.
Just look around the aisle. When danger greets you with a smile, fight your way through. Do what you must do, but no matter what, keep moving. It's gonna be dangerous, my friend. You need a mindset change for this. You cannot get away with playing safe for this. You wanna get home. All on the line and put your own bread in it. Remember every trick in your domain for this. You gotta treat it like it's the main event. You wanna get home, put it all on the line.
Also, Hermes and Odie are very cute together. Yeah, the next song is Charybdis.
That's what she is?
That's what she is. The bottomless pit.
I just had to say, why does he look like Jesus? Why did he look like Jesus?
So did Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, I don't know.
And people...
I did think this was a beautiful song, and the vocals were pretty. They were really good,
especially since the animation was by I've been saying it wrong this whole time. I was saying Mirci. It's actually Murchie. Yeah. And then Tematula.
Oh God, you were so bad at this.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Now this
even
song,
Jesus in this song couldn't save you from all of that.
No, the song starts out with like a very power anthem, very fight oriented. Because
that's my stomach.
Jesus. Wow.
My stomach says
You're
strong
hungry
opinions.
for more. No, this song starts out. He's basically fighting, but more surviving against the Charybdis, and which is like this giant monster under the sea that makes a whirlpool to suck everything in.
You know your tactics. When you swallow, you attack with whirlpools that attract prey. But I see a disadvantage, cause I don't even have to kill you. I just have to avoid you. See if you don't spit it out soon, all that water will destroy you. Oh, bring it on, till you're out of breath, till there's nothing left. I'm holding on, till I'm in the clear, till I'm out of here.
He's able to avoid it, and the song goes from a fight power anthem to like this hopeful, bright tone because he's right there in front of his home. He's just about to make it. Very good song. And it leads right into
Get in the water. Get in the water.
The way that you said that. Get in the
How
water.
else am I gonna say it? Get in the water?
Get in the water.
Get in the water. Oh gosh.
This animation was by a lot of people. This was the animation that was released.
Okay.
When the saga was released.
This is the best animation, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Well, and it wasn't animated.
It, really
it was animated by several people. It was
well, they needed to join together earlier on, I guess, because it was really good.
It was this is because when the sagas are released, there's a compilation of artists, but then when it's released, animators make their own separate versions of it.
It was the best, you guys. To me, it was the best animation that I had seen in this whole series.
This one was done by
all of them.
I'm gonna butcher a lot of these names. Ainhoa Velasco, Louisa Xavier Maze, and Wolfie the Witch. Wolfie the Witch is one that you were criticizing a lot in the beginning.
Well, he needed some help with these other people, apparently. Yeah. But I just have to. I really like the song too. Yeah. I really like the song.
The song was
a really
powerful.
good song.
Because here you get Poseidon, who blocks his way and is basically
bullying Odysseus.
He's bullying him, not
to
just
get
bullying
in the
him.
water. He wants to get in. It's such as get in the water.
He did it with such a
get in the water.
He did it with such an intimidating, powerful presence.
Get in the water.
Because he didn't even have to yell. He was literally just saying it like, "Get in the water," but it's so terrifying the way he did it.
Get in the water. Don't mistake my threats for bluff. You have lived more than enough. Get in the water. Get in the water. I think your son has got his eyes. That is unless you choose to die.
And
yeah,
here Odysseus is pleading for his life, and Poseidon's just like, "No, die." And it was
tough.
It was It was amazing. Which another one of Poseidon's songs was also one of our favorites, "Ruthlessness." That singer is just amazing. Yeah. He has this gritty rocker vibe.
Oh gosh, it's the last one.
Oh, and yeah, we see Odysseus being plowed into the ocean, and we see him seemingly die.
Seems like he died.
But then that leads us into 600 Strike, the finale of the saga. Yes. This one is
this was very different. First of all, it started out like anime-like.
The song itself, Jorge was saying this was the most anime of all the songs in the entire
it looked like
musical.
A video game.
Well, We watched a new one.
Oh,
Remember?
that's right. I'm getting them confused because we watched 2, right?
Yes.
One looked like a video
the
game. One looked
animation.
like animation.
Yeah, the animation was done by Noir Hyacinth.
Is that the video game one?
No, that's the new
Oh.
one we watched.
What about the video game one?
I didn't write that one down because we're reviewing the new one.
I did most of my review on the
Well,
old
that's
one,
okay.
and I'm gonna tell you what I think.
Okay. Well, this one.
I don't like the art. I didn't like the art in the video game one. Okay,
Yeah, that's
it
fine.
was just.
I know what you mean.
I don't like it.
That's why I
It
wanted to do this
didn't-
new animation.
It didn't really. I don't know. It didn't portray that time and that vibe.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it.
I get it. Well, that's why I wanted to do
Computer
this.
generated.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to do this new animator because I liked it.
It
better.
lost its mythical quality. That's
Right.
what I felt like.
Well, I
This
thought with this new one, the Noir Hyacinth, that one leaned more into the vibe that it was going
Right.
for.
So this was really rough. The ending was very powerful, but
it was everyone, including myself, was just kind of jaws to the floor at the end of this one because we get Odysseus. Oh, excuse
burping.
me. Odysseus
Just
burping. No, but he grabs the windbag, which he was given by Hermes in Dangerous, and he uses it as a jetpack. Very anime, over the top, as a jetpack, and
I remember that now.
basically finds the power to fight back against Poseidon and absolutely
Yes.
curb stomps
Oh yeah.
Poseidon. Because, as Jorge described, Poseidon is really good at long range fighting, but in close range, he doesn't have much. So
No.
Odysseus just destroyed him.
It destroyed him.
Yeah, and the music was powerful. It was a war
Yeah,
anthem,
it was
grisly, visceral.
I can hear it in my head right now. I
Yeah,
remember it.
Until we get to the point where Poseidon is defeated, and he's like, "Ha! You open the windbag, now you'll never make it home." And Odysseus fully leans into the monster. He turns around, grabs his Poseidon's trident, and essentially, he tortures him.
Yeah.
He tortures him for like a minute straight.
How does it feel to be helpless? How does it feel to know pain? I watched my friends die in horror, crying as they were all slain. I heard their final moments, calling their captain in vain. Look what you turned me into. Look what we've become. Enough. All of the pain that I spent through. Haven't I suffered enough? You didn't stop when I begged you. Told me to close my heart. You said the world was dark. Didn't you say that ruthlessness is mercy upon our
Stabbing him over and over with his trident, which, if you don't know tridents, the way they
it's
work,
like a
this sucks. This would suck to get stabbed by.
it goes in and then it rips because
It has the barbs, so
it has the
it goes
barbs,
straight
so-
up.
Yeah. you
But
pull
then
it
it has
out.
the barbs on the side.
Right.
So when you pull it out,
it's
pulling,
ripping. It's ripping.
Oh, that would be the most
Yeah.
painful thing. And Poseidon can't die, so he's literally just
He's in pain. He's suffering.
he is suffering, being tortured
He's
as
suffering,
Odysseus is standing
right.
over him, repeatedly stabbing him.
Right.
Basically saying, you've made me suffer. You've killed everyone I love, and
Yeah.
now I'm going to make you suffer like they did. And
did say that.
Poseidon is begging for his life. He's screaming, and
Yeah.
his screams. This is very cool because his screams were very melodic, very like,
Yeah.
like he was like, "Oh, that's not good."
Yeah.
And the interesting thing was,
like Mariah Carey
there's
singing
some
All I Want for Christmas
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
You.
there's some interesting speculation that the reason it was so melodic was because it was his screams were music to Odysseus's ears. So he
that's
heard it
an-
as music because of that.
That's I like that. Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
like
thought
that
that was really,
interpretation.
really cool.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well,
there
that
was
was a
something
powerful
else.
ending. I mean, it ended
Oh.
very powerfully.
Yes,
right?
it did. And eventually Poseidon relented and he's like, "Fine, I'll release the storm. You can go home." And the also we see it's very graphic, the animation. We see the blood, we see
Yeah.
him just getting punctured through the
Right.
chest, through the arm, through the throat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah. It was traumatizing.
And that's how it ended, guys.
Yeah. And again,
Yeah.
we have another saga to come. the Ithaca Saga, but that'll probably be released in the next month.
Mm.
So I'd highly recommend, if you guys have been following up until now, check out this the Ithaca Saga when it comes out. That way you can get the full story.
And just check it out if you haven't seen it. If you're just watching this review.
Right.
You haven't seen
Overall,
it.
the whole musical.
Okay.
Overall,
What are
do
we
you
giving
think?
it?
I mean,
wait, out of 5, the whole. You have to use a whole.
So what do we grading scale
right.
are we using?
5
Like
of
5 somethings
5,
out of something.
5 little Temecula's.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it 3,
1 out of 5
3
Temecula's. 3
Temecula's.
Temecula's. Okay. And explain also.
Well, because I mean, it had a lot of flaws.
I mean,
a lot of the animation and stuff. I would say the music overall, the music outperformed the animation.
Mhm.
I just felt like a lot of the animation was lacking, and so I couldn't give it. But the things that were done well were like really amazing. So
Yeah.
I would say a 3 is about right for me.
Right. All right.
3 little Temecula's.
This has been my hyperfixation for almost a
He's
year now.
obsessed.
I am obsessed.
He needs
It-
some help.
To put it into perspective, it's
He needs an intervention.
yeah. It was like on my Spotify Wrapped. It was near the top of. It was actually my top artist.
Oh jeez.
I was like in the top 15% of
Oh
listeners.
gosh.
No.
You
Yeah,
need
it's
to
no.
detox, dude.
I know.
Do
It's
some
no surprise
detoxing.
that I would give it 5 out of 5 Temecula's.
Of course he would.
Even given the flaws, I just can't.
But okay. Well, I was just gonna say, isn't there room for improvement? You're saying it's perfect.
To
You're
me,
saying it's perfect.
to me,
You wouldn't change anything about any of it.
honestly, even in the very beginning, I
Really?
loved the animatics.
All right.
I-
All right.
Because I watched this from the very beginning, and it's like
It's an emotional
part of
judgment,
it
I
for
get it.
me was the growth and the change that makes it so special
Okay.
to me. Yeah,
All right.
5 out of 5 Temecula's.
All right. I told you I'd make you say it. You said it right at the end.
I
there,
mean, yeah, but that was
Temecula's.
intentional.
Oh no, I made
Okay.
you say it. Okay.
Anyway,
So we're gonna pick our next category,
Yes,
guys, of
we
what we're
have
gonna
the
review.
bowl.
Oh boy. I hope it's something I want this time. Like, come on. Oh no. What is this? True story.
Ooh,
There's
that'll
just a
be
lot of
interesting.
those.
Yeah.
That could be so many things.
That
A true
really could.
story. We gotta pick a true
Now, how
story.
true are we going? Because there's some
Well,
that
I
are
mean-
some that are loosely based on true
I
stories,
think
and
it
then
has to
there's
be
true
true enough
stories.
to where it's like not just it has to be like telling a story that really happened and telling the story, not just something that's loosely based on.
Or there's
something.
also movies to where it's like based on something to where the history's not set in
Not that.
stone or well known.
No, it has to be like a true story. Like
Right.
like,
Like Titanic. Well, that's
not like
that-
Titanic.
Titanic
Not-
is a little loosely.
Not like Titanic.
Yeah.
That's very loosely.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's
yeah.
not the true story. It has to be something that really is more
Not
just a
Troy.
specific- No. We're not. You're gonna just name everything it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So true story,
True
guys.
story,
It's gonna come
okay.
up next. We got to do our homework on this one.
Do.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you
joining?
so much.
Joining.
Joining.
I
I'll-
don't know what the hell that was.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see you guys in Temecula.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Can string my husband's own bow and shoot through 12 axes cleanly. Will be the new king, sit down at the throne and rule with me as his queen. Let the arrow fly.
Chance for action. Even now we can take control. Channel the fire inside your soul and hold him down. 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 Where is he? Keep your head down. He's aiming for the torches. Our weapons. They're missing! He's using the darkness to hide his approaches.
We're empty-handed, up against an archer. Our only chance is to strike him in the darkness.
We know these odds, the odds can't be tilted.
You don't think I know my own palace? I built it.